not live, like, um, so yeah, so it does happen, Fatima. You may go to university for a while, and then go to university, get into your career, life happens, and what you were really passionate about when you're young, all of a sudden, once you've hit, hey, good, keep me updated, Reese. But then when you hit, a couple of years in, you just decide, you find out, hey, it is definitely exciting, Reese. You just hit that. Hey, thanks. Good night. You have a good night and look forward to seeing you again in another update. Um, you hit that point and all of a sudden you realize, like, hey, it's happened to me too. It's not what you wanted. For me, for example, my own story, I used to do IT a lot. But then as it progressed in IT, I just found two things. One, I kind of like people contact. IT don't get a lot of people contact. And you can go for days really not seeing or talking to people because you're working on things and trying to resolve problems and issues for people. So you do maybe get emails from people. You may say hi, water cooler type of thing. But at the end of the day, it's not the same as like I do with contract management, where you do have more contact. And so I kind of hit that +2 as I went through and progressed in IT. The one thing I found that I really needed to do was kind of start to learn either to code, to do networks or databases. And I didn't mind so much databases, but I wasn't really passionate about it. And so I just kind of just hit that mark and just said, hey, this is no longer for me because I just can't see myself progressing anything further because I just don't want to do network or databases. I don't see myself as such. So I had to make a decision, but I did have a degree in law, and I did a lot of the work I did in IT was kind of in the contracts and kind of not the primary, but kind of like a secondary task that I kind of picked up as part of the roles that I did. So I've had a bit of contract experience, and then an opportunity came up for me to be a contract manager and kind of been able to progress into that from my own experiences, from those experiences. So I have been able to move into kind of like contracting, kind of is that where I really started off. And really where I haven't really planned myself, but that's where I wound up going. And so I think, Fatima, what you really just need to do is start talking and start thinking about, start thinking about, if it's not, for you, you find out, hey, this is not for me. I just don't care for this anymore. I'm not as passionate. Oh, well, thank you, J4K, for the perfume. That's so nice. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you. What you need to start doing is, start to take a look at the skills that you have. What I always will say is the first point is start to think about skills, because really job titles are not relevant, because job titles is just kind of like a way to describe what you do. It's kind of to categorize. It's a really kind of a way to categorize things. And in all honesty, they're not really good. It's a very kind of like broad term, and for me, like for my example, I'll use my example, contract management. There are a whole spectrum of contract managers. And so if I just say I'm a research contracts manager specializing in medical and social science research, it doesn't really say a lot because it doesn't say anything about skills.